Hello guys and welcome back. So in today's video we shall be having a small talk about COVID-19. Well, this COVID-19 is a very big issue for these days. Aren't I right? So we shall be first of all talking about what is coronavirus, and after that we shall be speaking about the current COVID-19 counts in India, USA, Brazil, France and Russia. Is because these five countries are the top five in coronavirus counts. So we shall be looking at all of these things in our video. And if you haven't seen my last coronavirus count video, you can also go and watch that. It's because in that video I have also shared a few remedies of how to cure coronavirus. I mean, it's not how to cure, but how to prevent coronavirus. It is because prevention is better than cure, and I think we all know that, right? So that is why you can watch my previous coronavirus video, and now you can also, and then you can watch this video. Okay, so let's get started. So this coronavirus count has been increasing day by day, and there seems to be no end for it, right? Do we know any end? No. Scientists and doctors all over the world are struggling to find a cure for this deadly disease due to its various ways of transmission, and also it affects different people in different ways. Yes, what I mean is it adapts itself according to the host organism, and it is immune to all of its protection against ordinary viruses. So what I mean for these 2 points is the scientists and the doctors all over the world, they are trying to find a vaccine for this COVID-19, but they failed because this COVID-19 can adapt itself according to its host organism, which means it will adapt itself in extreme temperatures, and also it will adapt itself for hot temperatures, cold temperatures, rainy temperatures, humid. It will adapt itself. That is why we are finding it very hard to find a cure for this disease. Okay, the outbreak of this virus has caused a global health crisis that has had a profound impact on the way we perceive our world and our everyday lives. Yes, it's because we actually used to live a very normal life, but right now look at how the way we are living. We have also undergoing lockdown, and also this is having a profound impact. A profound impact means it changed our life. This outbreak of the virus has changed our life entirely. To protect ourselves from this virus, the government of India has taken many steps and also initiated the idea of lockdown before any other country. Before any other country, before the country had any serious effect. Okay, so what I mean in this case is this point. Our country, India, has taken many steps. It has taken so many steps to initiate the idea of lockdown. This lockdown has been initiated before any other country too. By before any other country, I mean before any other seriously issued country. Means our India is the first in the world to initiate lockdown before our country got this coronavirus issue very much serious. But unfortunately, as we know, we did not follow ethical social distancing rules, and also we did not follow the proper lockdown rules, and so India has entered the top 5 list of coronavirus count in the world. Yes, I'm not joking, guys. India is one of the top 5 list of coronavirus count in the world. Actually, right now it is in the top 4 actually. So right now, let us discuss a few points about COVID-19. Okay, now let us speak about COVID-19 before entering into the COVID-19 count. Okay, so first, coronaviruses. It is extremely important. We have to first understand coronaviruses. So see here, coronaviruses are a group of related RNA viruses that cause diseases in mammals and birds. So not only humans, other than humans, even cows and even birds, goats are also affected. So in short, mammals and birds are affected. So in humans, these viruses cause respiratory tract infections. Respiratory tract infections, what does that mean? Means you cannot breathe very well. That range from mild to lethal. Mild illnesses include some causes of the common cold, yes, which is also caused by other viruses, predominantly rhinoviruses. Actually, common cold is caused by rhinoviruses. Mainly it is caused by rhinoviruses. But this COVID-19, also called as SARS-2, has the main, what can we say? It also has the main symptoms of cold and also dry cough. While more lethal varieties can cause SARS, MERS, and COVID-19. SARS, MERS are all types of coronaviruses. These three types are actually coronaviruses. This is the third coronavirus attack in our world actually. After SARS, MERS, this is SARS-2. COVID-19 is also called as SARS-2. Okay. Now the symptoms in other species actually vary. Means for humans it is about common cold, it is dry cough, it is like we feel tired, right? But for the other animals like chickens and cows, see what will happen. For chickens, they cause an upper respiratory tract disease. Means just like humans, they also can't breathe. For humans, our breathing stage is called serious symptoms. But for cows and pigs, they cause diarrhea. Okay, so as I was saying, for chickens, it just directly shows out that upper respiratory tract disease. And for cows and pigs, for example, these are mammals that we eat, cows, goats, and pigs. The first main symptom is diarrhea. Okay, so there are as yet no vaccines, no antiviral drugs, no medicines to prevent or treat human coronavirus infection. Yes, it's true. As I have discussed in the previous slide itself, we do not have any vaccine or any medical drug to prevent or to even treat human coronavirus infection. But we have a few steps to prevent coronavirus infection from entering into our body. Okay, so first, COVID-19 is an infectious disease. This COVID-19, as I've already mentioned before, is also called as SARS-CoV-2, which is abbreviated. And its main full form is Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2. So we have been affected with SARS-CoV-1 previously. This is SARS-CoV-2. It was first identified in December 2019 in Wuhan, China, and has since spread globally, resulting in an ongoing pandemic. Well, however, the first case may be traced back to 17th November 2019. Yes, the first ever coronavirus case was traced at 17 November 2019, and the major cases were observed in December 2019. Now, as of May 28, 2020, as we can see this is a very sad thing. More than 5.8 million cases have been reported over 188 countries and territories, resulting in more than 359,000 deaths. Yep, it's true. We have these many deaths and we have 5.8 million cases. But the good news is more than 2.39 million people have recovered. So we also have one more cure for this coronavirus. That is, you need to have a very strong immune system to fight this coronavirus back. Okay, let's move on. Now let us see a few symptoms of it. Okay, so the common symptoms are fever, cough, fatigue, shortness of breath, and loss of smell and taste. And a few more symptoms are loss of speech. While the majority of cases result in mild symptoms, some progress to acute respiratory distress syndrome, that's also called as ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome, like precipitated by a cytokine storm, multi-organ fail, septic shock, and blood clots. Yes, actually coronavirus has also these symptoms, that's acute respiratory distress syndrome. The people of coronavirus actually die with the lack of breath. Actually, they die only with the lack of breath. But how are the lungs being affected? By acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS. But how is this and what is this actually? ARDS means some amount of fluid is being secreted into your lungs. If there is fluid in your lungs, how can the alveoli undergo the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide? So due to that, the major is septic shock. As you can see, yes, septic shock is the major change actually. Okay, in just a minute. Yes, septic shock is the major change, and multi-organ fail. Yeah, it is quite it's quite common, but not so much. Cytokine storm. Yes, cytokine storm, septic shock, and blood clots. They are so bad. Next, the time from exposure to onset of the symptoms is typically around 5 days, but may range from 2 to 14 days. Yes, it may range up to 2 to 14 days. The time from exposure to onset of the symptoms means if you are showing symptoms, it will take around 5 days for the main serious symptoms to show out. But most of the time it will take 2 to 14 days actually. Okay, now see, the virus is primarily spread between people during close contact, most often via small droplets produced by coughing, sneezing, and talking. Yes, that is why we have initiated social distancing. Social distancing is to make sure that even if you are talking with the person who has coronavirus, you have to maintain a lot of distance between you and that person. Only then you can't be affected. If you have close contact with other people and unknowingly they will sneeze on you, it is you who's gonna be affected. Okay, the droplets usually fall to the ground or onto surfaces rather than traveling through air over long distances. See, these coronavirus droplets, the sneeze droplets, as we can see, or the mucus which will come out of our nose when we will sneeze, that will actually fall to the ground or it will fall to any surface where we sneeze. So for example, if we'll sneeze on our hands, it will fall on our hands. If we'll sneeze in our mask, it will remain inside our mask. If we will sneeze on an empty place, it will fall on that empty place. It's like that. Less commonly, people may become infected by touching a contaminated surface and then touching their face. Yes, people actually get contaminated by only touching any contaminated surface and then they'll touch their face. The main entry points for this virus is your mouth, nose, ear, and your eyes. So the place of transfer is your skin and the point of entry is your eyes, nose, mouth, and ears. So all throughout we can say we have to make sure that all of our sense organs are kept clean. It is most contagious during the first 3 days after the onset of symptoms, although spread is possible before symptoms appear and from people who do not show symptoms also. This means that the people who show symptoms will obviously spread the virus, and also the people who do not show the symptoms will also spread the virus if they have the virus. Okay, so if anybody has the virus, they will spread it out, no matter if they're showing symptoms or any of these stuff. Okay, that's why it said you have to maintain at least 1 meter of distance between you and the person. Recommended measures to prevent infection include frequent hand washing, maintaining physical distance from others, quarantine. Quarantine means what? Lockdown means you have to stay in your house. If you're feeling like you are having symptoms, please don't feel bad, but you have to stay in your house. No offense, but if you're having symptoms, please stay in your house. Okay, then you have to cover coughs and you have to make sure that you keep your unwashed hands away from the face. In addition, the use of a face covering is recommended for those who suspect they have the virus and their caregivers. By this word caregivers, I mean the person who is taking care of them. So why I don't recommend the persons who are not having coronavirus to wear a mask is, even if you wear a mask for protection, the virus is actually entering not by air. It enters by what can you say, by your hands. The virus enters by your hands. So even if you wear a face covering, it's good, but the problem is you will constantly feel irritated with that mask being on your face for a long time. So due to that, you accidentally will take your hands and you will touch your face while adjusting the mask. Understood? Recommendation for face covering used by the general public vary, with some authorities recommending for them, some recommending against them, and others requiring their use. Means this general public, some authorities, they'll be saying like I wanted them. Means they'll say like you can wear this, you should not wear this, or else you have to wear this. Like it is required for protection. It is according to your point of view. Okay, it's nothing else. Now there is limited evidence for or against the use of mask in healthy individuals in the wider community. Means the people who are healthy right now, the people who are healthy, for example you and me, if we are healthy and we are not wearing mask, right? Right now we are wearing mask, no, right? So we are healthy, and there's only limited evidence for those who are who are against the use of mask in healthy individuals, whereas most of them in the fear they will support the use of mask. Now let's move on. Now according to the World Health Organization, according to WHO, there are no available vaccines nor any specific antiviral treatments for COVID-19. As we have discussed it, I think this is the third time I'm saying this thing, because why I'm saying this thing many times is because I just need to say you that there is a prevention for this virus, but there's no cure for it. There is no cure for it. Yes, there is no cure for it until now. Fine. So remember this thing. Please remember this thing. Prevention is better than cure. Prevention is really better than cure. So prevent yourself. Wash your hands at least 10 times a day. If you will, I just assume that you will be awake for I think 15 or 16 hours. Then at least wash your hands in each and every 1 hour or 2 hour interval. Wash your hands in every 2 hour interval. That will be much good for you, for your family members, for your loved ones, for everyone. Okay? So now we have spoke a lot. We have briefed about COVID-19 so much, right? It's enough for now. So now let us start the main point of this video, that is, let us start the COVID-19 count of the top 5 major countries. Yes, you may be stunned. USA is at the topmost, followed by Brazil, followed by Russia, followed by India, last is France. First is USA. USA is first. Second is Brazil. Third is Russia. Fourth is India, and fifth is France. So let's get started, shall we? Now see, USA. The total count as of now is 1.76 million people. Wow, it is too much, right? The total count as of now is 1.76 million people. Then think how many people are having coronavirus in just the United States of America. Next, the total count added today. By today, I mean May 28, 2020, 23,051 people were added. Means these many people got suffered from COVID-19 in just a day. So much, isn't it? Now let's see how many people recovered. 379,000 people recovered from this coronavirus in USA. That's a good thing, but deaths are 1 or 3,000. It's too much, right? So that's why in the last point I have mentioned, it's the major country. Let's move on right now with Brazil. Well, Brazil is very much famous for its Rio de Janeiro, and it's also famous for its coronavirus count. Look at this. The total count as of now is 439k, means 439,000. And then the total count added today is more than the total count added in USA. Look how much got added in just today. 26,417. It is too much, isn't it? Now, how many people recovered? It is 193,000 is recovered. Well, it's a good news, and we have only 26,734 deaths as of now. Let's move on right now with Russia. Russia holds the third place with a total count of 379,000. Yes, there are 379,000 people who are having coronavirus right now, and the total count is 8,371 added in just today. How many people got recovered? It is 151,000, and we got 4,412 deaths only. Okay. Next one, it is France. Actually, France is in the last place. I just kept it first so that we can discuss about India nice and brief. Okay, so France, the total count is 149,000. France is having 149,000. It's much. The total count added today is 3,325, and 67,191 people recovered, and we also got 28,662 deaths in France. And after that, we are going to look at our beloved country, India. So India right now, as you can see, it has a total count of 166,000. Yup, India has 166,000 people, and the total count added today is 6,566. This is India's record actually. This is India's country record, because for the first time we are having 6,566 people adding in just today. And we have 71,106 people recovered, and we have 4,706 deaths in India. Well, that's very sad actually. Okay. So in this video, as we have just seen about the current coronavirus count and the situation in India, Russia, USA, France and Brazil. And also next week I'll be coming up with a similar kind of video about the current coronavirus count. But don't worry, I'll just quickly skip to this coronavirus count instead of briefing about COVID-19 so much. Okay, so if you guys like this video, please subscribe this video. Like this video, share this video to your beloved ones, and also subscribe to my channel, guys. Yes, subscribe to my channel. Okay, and bye bye, and take care to all of you. Take care. Bye bye.